Today's video is brought to you by Seedsnow.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching Green Wave TV Alternative Media Television. This is an absolutely chilling breaking story. Please get it out to your friends and family and all over the interweb. Share it on your social media platforms. An FBI agent has killed a man after questioning him about the Boston Marathon bombing. A friend of Tamerlan, the eldest boxer brother. Now, of course, the Boston bombing has been emblazoned in scandal. Some people believe it to be a conspiracy theory. Others believe that it was a full frontal and staged attack and staged event to trample our civil liberties here in America, to destroy our Constitution, for the police state, and it was, a lot of people believe, a test run for martial law in the city of Boston, which was a very effective test where you had people coming out of their homes, illegal search and seizure. You had family members and children crying in the background as the police, the FBI, the CIA, special forces shut and locked down an entire city looking for one suspect on the loose, which, by the way, was unarmed, and then later allegedly engaged in a firefight, although it came out from Obama officials and officials at the Boston Police Department that he didn't have a gun, even though they said he had a gun at first. And we clearly had indicated that there would be an attempt to assassinate him. He's still recovering from wounds, very violent gunshot wounds to his throat. He's been unable to speak. We've been unable to get any confirmation from the youngest brother, Dzhokhar, as a suspect. His elder brother, Tamerlan, dead. He can't speak. And now we have a third, number three, a third individual who is now dead because an FBI agent shot him while he was questioning him. This is a breaking report. Let's go to the story here. It says an FBI agent kills man after questioning him about the Boston Marathon bombing. An FBI special agent shot and killed a man in Orlando, Florida on Wednesday morning, just hours after he was interrogated about the Boston Marathon bombings. The man, who was identified as 27-year-old Ibrahim Tadashev, was reportedly an acquaintance of Tamerlan Tsarnaev, who he met through the world of mixed martial arts. Like Tsarnaev, he was a Chechen-born Muslim, but only met the older brother after moving to the United States. He was shot shortly after midnight at an apartment complex about 10 miles from Walt Disney World in Florida. The FBI only said that an agent encountered the suspect while conducting official duties. The suspect is deceased, he's dead, and they have not offered any other details. This latest suspect who is being questioned has now been fatally shot and wounded by the FBI. If you don't think that's suspicious, you're completely insane. Now that they would kill another alleged suspect connected to the Boston bombing. So again, there is no official story. We never get the appropriate narrative from the suspects themselves, only what the FBI is telling us. So this guy's dead, and as we look back to the story here, a friend of Tadashev, who was allegedly a friend of Tamerlan, says that they were both being interviewed by the FBI for 3 hours on Tuesday, and the men were asked what they knew about Tsarnaev and were also asked about their political views. This latest suspect that was shot also claims that he thought he was being set up and expressed concerns that something bad was going to happen to them. He says that he had been followed by the FBI on more than one occasion since the Boston terrorist attack. The story goes on to say that he had recently been arrested for aggravated assault, but his friend says he was attacked in a parking lot and was simply defending himself. So the story goes on and on here. The suspect's friend says they are both Muslim, but not radical, and that the latest suspect that had been shot does not own a gun. According to the FBI agent had felt threatened and then opened fire on this latest suspect and fatally wounded him. There's numerous reports of this. Yahoo News, this was sent actually by a subscriber. Thank you to our subscriber for sending that to me. Fox, the Orlando Sentinel, ABC, on and on. So I want you to understand the gravity of what has just happened. We have a third suspect. And remember, this entire Boston bombing has been a very large conspiracy that many Americans have been trying to grapple with to better understand, was this a dry run for martial law? Was this total bullshit? Was this a setup Could it have, in fact, been staged? But regardless of whether or not you believe in that, and regardless if you buy into it being a conspiracy or not, what we do know factually is we just now have a third individual who has been targeted and is wound up dead, has been fatally shot by an FBI agent, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, linking and investigating this case. Another person mummed. Another person who can't talk, can't come to his own defense at a trial, can't have a hearing, can't be represented by an attorney to get his narrative out to the American people. He's just been shut up, he's been quieted, and he's been murdered by the FBI. For you not to think that this is not incredibly suspicious and incredibly damning of the FBI itself is to be somebody that honestly is not a critical thinker and is not asking appropriate questions regarding this case. We owe it to the victims of the Boston Marathon bombing to find out the truth of who is responsible and who was responsible for this attack. If there was any involvement by the CIA, the FBI, the federal government at large, which is, by the way, emblazoned in a massive scandal, the IRS scandal, the Benghazi scandal, the wiretapping of the Associated Press. If this does in fact link to the White House, link back to the federal government and the administration, the American people deserve to get the truth. And this latest murder by the FBI of now a third targeted individual linked to this case is only more proof to the pudding and adds more suspicion, with many of you don't and have trouble acknowledging as a legitimate possibility that this was a conspiracy and a cover-up from the very beginning. That this had been orchestrated by the federal government, the administration, the CIA, and the FBI for maybe a number of reasons. To complete successfully a test run of martial law in the great city of Boston. To further infiltrate and to further destroy our civil liberties here in America. And to attack the U.S. Constitution from all angles, which has clearly been the case from the very beginning the President has taken office and took office. Please get this story out to as many people as you can. I'm Christopher Green. You've been watching Green Wave TV, alternative media television, and I just deliver the Daily Wave. Hard-hitting and in your face.